What's up, Internet? My name's Ian Bloom. Welcome to Nerd Finance. I'm your resident financial life planner and huge nerd. In today's episode, we're going to be covering our last viewer requested topic for the month, and this is income sharing agreements. Income sharing agreements are a new education funding tool that have been getting a lot of press recently, so I figured I would cover them as a lead up to our education planning month of May. So in today's video, we're going to cover why income sharing agreements are getting a little bit more press recently, what income sharing agreements are, and what they actually mean for education funding as a whole, whether they're good or bad, that sort of thing. So to start off with, income sharing agreements have been getting a lot more press recently because Purdue University implemented a new program that garnered some attention from the public and from news media outlets, where they are actually offering income sharing agreements through some vendors to some of their students. So what are income sharing agreements? Well, these agreements are basically the reverse of a loan. A student and a lending organization agree to work together in the sense that the lending organization is going to lend the student money in order for the student to finish out their college. Then the student will owe a percentage of their income for a stated period of time back to the lending organization. So this might usually be expressed as 2, 3, 4% of their income for 7, 8, or 9 years. And basically these agreements are structured so that they will have very similar rates of return for the lending organization as a loan would. So $10,000 lended today might over the next 10 years pay them back $15,000 or something like that. Standard type of loan procedures. So why are income sharing agreements becoming more popular right now? What does this mean for the American economy, and are these things good or bad? Well, income sharing agreements are becoming more popular primarily because it's clear that student loans really aren't the end-all be-all answer for college funding. You see, there are a lot of families that are afraid to take on student loans because of the damaging news of what these things can do to you financially and what stacking up hundreds of thousands of dollars of them has done to previous families. And then on top of that, student loans just really aren't paired with enough government assistance that college is affordable anyway, and living through college without just tuition and housing being covered can still be difficult for a lot of students, even those with full ride scholarships to programs that cover all of tuition and housing, because they might not have the spending money to eat necessarily. So those types of things are addressed better in some ways by income sharing agreements. Now, the generic issue with new financial products that come out is that they're inherently less regulated than existing financial products. It hasn't been time for FINRA, the SEC, etc., all these regulatory organizations to give them the pass over and decide whether these programs are good for the people that they're designed to help. And therefore, there are no standard implementation rules for income sharing agreements, which means that as a result of all this, it is very important that individuals who are entering into one understand the agreement part of the income sharing agreement. Because in addition to, a percentage of income in the stated number of years, you should also analyze how, first of all, your entire education planning picture comes together, because the ISA might not make up all of the education funding. So do you also have student loans and other things that will take up payments after you graduate? But then in addition to that part of the picture, there is also the terms of the actual agreement itself. Because you can put anything you want into a contract within reason. So there might be things like buyout provisions, there might be things like grade restrictions, like the student must earn A's or B's or better. There are all kinds of things that they might put into these contracts, in addition to the idea that because this is more of the company investing directly in the individual, they may be vetting students a little bit more heavily to determine who is allowed to get an ISA, because they'll ultimately want students who have a good chance of leaving school and earning a good wage, right? So that they can make sure their money gets paid back. Anyway, that is generally my take on ISAs. There's a lot of information there to unpack, so if you have questions, comments, or concerns, like, comment, subscribe for more content, or you can always, find me and more information on my website. Thanks so much. This was a long video, but I hope you have a great day.